There's the green flag. We've got the green flag, and we are underway for the Freeport Grand Prix. That's Air Ride taking a quick lead. Summer Madness goes with him. Star Chaser is there. Lavsnowski and Extractor comes along for the ride also in that lead pack. We're going right now. As this race stretches out, you'll be getting your groups of racers. Right now, taking the quick lead, you've got Extractor on the outside and Star Chaser on the inside. Now, Montevecchi's in Star Chaser and Jim Lavsnowski's Extractor. Both these boats going right out, but here you see another group coming along for the ride. They're right with them. That's Air Ride in the lead. Summer Madness is right there. Smokey and the Bandit on the inside. The Montevecchi's and Star Chaser on the outside. We've got Extractor. The Montevecchi's making in the lead. Montevecchi's and Star Chaser making a move on the outside. Air Ride hanging tough in the middle. Summer Madness is right there. And on the extreme inside, Smokey and the Bandit. A very clean and healthy start. Really looking good right here. That's Extractor and Star Chaser starting to come out now. The Montevecchi's running with Lavsnowski in his boat. There you see them. Extractor on the inside, Star Chaser on the outside. An interesting thing about both these boats is that they're both powered and maintained by motors by Richie Zool. The Zool power plants are in both of these boats. You've got an Apache on the outside and a Superboat Cat on the inside. Two different types of boats, similar power plants, very competitive and excellent race crews right here. The Montevecchi's and Star Chaser on the outside, and Lavsnowski, Extractor's race team, hanging tough with them. Extractor and Star Chaser going head-to-head in Freeport. As well as being different boats, they're also in different classes, but when they are competing like this side by side, it is certainly a thrill for these racers, and they go all out. There you get a good shot of the Star Chaser race team. As we head towards the first checkpoint, it's Star Chaser followed by Extractor and Summer Madness coming up also. There's Summer Madness right there. So we've got Star Chaser, Extractor, Summer Madness as we come towards the first checkpoint. You also get an indication there of just how calm it is today. Beautiful day for offshore powerboat racing, as we said earlier on. You couldn't have asked for a better day for racing. Now we're coming up on our first profile of our first boat. This boat is D22, known as Summer Madness. Here we're coming up on this sleek 30-foot Chris Cat. This boat is powered by twin Bandit motors rigged at Kurtz Marine. This boat is driven by Al DiSabatino. It is throttled by Mike Monica, and it is navigated by Ken Stark, all hailing from the proud state of New Jersey. This boat is a very strong competitive boat. As you can see, they're looking very good as they're chasing down Extractor right now. These boats are in different classes, but as we said earlier on, these guys go all out. Summer Madness looking very good right now. We certainly hope to be seeing them. There you have them. Summer Madness race team closing the gap on Lavsnowski, who is about, I'd say 200 yards in front of them at this juncture in the race. This boat is right now Summer Madness in second in class, and as you saw earlier on, the Montevecchi's and Star Chaser are first in class. Summer Madness closing the gap on Extractor, and he's trying to chase down the Montevecchi's and Star Chaser. D22, the Summer Madness race team, looking very competitive right here. As we leave Summer Madness right here, searching for other contestants, we're just going to finish up with them, and you can just really get an idea of just how strong this boat and this championship race team is. These guys have it dialed in and are really cooking around this race course. But right now, we're coming up on two other contestants. This is Killer B and Mad Mac 2. That's Killer B on the inside with Mad Mac on the outside. Different classes. One is a P boat, one is a C boat. First, we're going to tell you about Killer B on the inside. This is a 24-foot all-black skater powered by Yamaha motors, 225 horsepower Yamaha outboards. This boat is owned by Jim Denoyer Sr. from Lake George, New York, and also who's doing the throttling, and it is driven by Tom Denoyer, also hailing from Lake George, New York. There you have them, the Denoyers in Killer B race team. That cat's having a good day today. And on the outside of them, it's Mad Mac 2. This is a 31-foot Baja powered by 3 Mercury outboard motors. This is a father-son race team. You've got Jim McIntyre Sr. doing the driving, Jim McIntyre Jr. on the throttles, and Pete doing the navigating. This whole crew hails from Freeport, New York. Well, this is definitely a local favorite right here. All these guys hailing from Freeport, New York, provides them with certainly a familiarity, I would have to say, of the race course, as well as a lot of local support from the race crowd that comes out to watch these guys. Mad Mac 2 would like to extend a special thanks to Liberty Marine and Ocean Outboard, who's provided a lot of guidance and expertise to get them where they are today. And above all, they'd like to extend a special thanks to Joyce and Kim, who's really been a strong part of this race team also. So there you have them, the Mad Mac 2 race team, looking very strong right here in Freeport. Mad Mac having a very good run, and presently at this point in the race, they're running in first place in Pro Stock class. So right now you just saw Smokey and the Bandit going by us. Right there, there's Smokey and the Bandit, Mad Mac dueling head to head. We're going to try to catch up to them right now and bring some exclusive coverage on C31, the Smokey and the Bandit race team. Part of Freeport in the background right there. Now we've got them. That was Mad Mac on the outside, and right here on the inside, it's Smokey and the Bandit. This is C31. It is a 32.5-foot Hydrotech race boat. This boat is powered by twin Bandit racing engines, built and rigged at Kurtz Marine. This boat in Key West reached a speed of 105 miles per hour with these Bandit racing engines. Very tough boat with very strong motors right here. This boat is driven by Gary Robin, and of course it is being throttled by the great Kurt Berger. Smokey and the Bandit has an illustrious history of racing, as well as the designer and builder of the Bandit racing engines. They build champions at Bandit Racing. They have quite a list of credentials behind them of some of the boats who have been running with the Bandit race engines. They've been 3-time NPBA Open Class National Champion, 1987 NPBA Key West World Series Champion, NPBA Open Class World Speed Record Holder. They're powered by world-class Bandit racing engines, and all these boats have also been rigged by world champions Kurt Marine. So there you have them, Kurt's Marine Competition Center in Bricktown, New Jersey. They breed champions, they build champion motors, and they've done a great job. And what more can they say? They bring all their technology and expertise out here in this boat, Smokey and the Bandit, out on the race course to really back up what they say. They're presently running in first place in class. Kurt Berger's got this boat dialed in very nicely, and they're looking very strong right here. Smokey and the Bandit race team out at Freeport. On the inside of Smokey right there, that's Killer Bees, who we saw earlier on. So in your picture you have Smokey and the Bandit and Killer Bee race team. C3, the Crazy Cat race team. This boat is a 24-foot Douglas skater powered by twin Mercury 2.4 outboards. This is a rookie crew. This is their first race. This boat is owned and driven by Todd Davis from Huntington, New York, and on throttles he's got Brian Dovak today, also hailing from Huntington. This boat was rigged by Ocean Outboard, and the boys would like to extend a special thanks to the Jones family, who's done a great job for this team. The Crazy Cat race team. They've had a lot of experience racing out in the Sound off Huntington, and they figured as long as they were getting beat up out there, they might as well bring the boat and their experience out on the race course and try to make some money out here and get the sport and thrill of this whole thing. They're going to put all their experience to good use on today's race course, we're sure of it. We wish them a lot of luck and a safe race today, and they look very strong. That's Todd Davis, Brian Dovak, and the Crazy Cat race team. We wish them all the best. At the present time, unofficially, in Sportsman C, Crazy Cat is running in third place behind Insanity and Smokey and the Bandit, looking very strong and charging very hard to try to close that gap. The Crazy Cat race team. Now we go to the A and B start. Pace boat bringing these boats up on plane. Once again, very competitive racing in these cat classes also. You've got George Peterson's East Coast Rider, Freeze Frame Video East Coast Rider, AX Shadow, Team Chaos, Fever, B-52, Rare Breed, many others. And we're getting up right here on plane. There's the pace boat getting everyone ready. We've got it. You've got Shockwave taking a quick lead. Rare Breed goes out with him. And George Peterson's Freeze Frame East Coast Rider is right there running with Shockwave. Deuces are wild. We've got an excellent start. Freeze Frame Video and Rare Breed right there. And Shockwave. So you've got Shockwave, Rare Breed, Peterson's Freeze Frame Video. That yellow manta on the outside is Fever Race Team. And here we go. We're coming up on B6, Fever Race Team. It is a 28-foot all-yellow manta powered by 2 racing motors built by Richie Zool with 500 horsepower apiece. A lot of power in this boat. This boat is sponsored by Barone Butts, who's been with them for many years. This boat is driven by Joe Scrow, throttled by Joe Latona, and it is navigated by Robert Cardinal. What can we say about Fever Race Team? Ever since they've burst on the scene in offshore powerboat racing, it's been one success story. Out of the last 9 races they've entered, they've took 8 checkered flags in 1 second, which was unfortunate due to a simple ignition failure. These Zool motors are running better than ever right now, and not only does he do the motors, he takes care of all the maintenance of this boat. A great race team, the Fever Race Team. D4, Chet's Landing Race Team. This sleek 30-foot Chris Cat is powered by 3 Mercury 2.4 outboards. This boat is owned and driven by Chester Kahn from Wayland, Massachusetts, throttled by Rich Little from Hull, Massachusetts, and on navigation today, you've got Pierre Theophanis from Woburn, Mass. This boat has had a great year. This is its 2nd year on the campaign, and they've repowered it this year with these 2.4 EFI Mercuries. On the outside, that's Extractor going by on the outside. Different classes, so really not a problem right here. The sponsorship for Chet's Landing has been provided by Chair's Landing Restaurant from Hull, Mass, and Waveland Marina, who's been with them. Unfortunately, they seem to be a little down on power right here. Could be a lower unit, could be a gear case. It's tough to tell from up here, but they do seem to be a little low on power right here for a boat running with 3 2.4 EFIs. We hope it's nothing serious and that they will be able to finish the race. In their class right now, Summer Madness, Air Ride, and Star Chaser are all in the hunt for the checkered flag in class. Some of the other classes right now, you've got Mad Mac 2 still leading in Pro Stock. Extractor is leading in Modified. He's looking very strong, who you saw earlier on. Fever is holding off B-52 and Rare Breed in Sportsman B. And there you see your leader in Sportsman B class right there. That's Latona and Scrow in that sleek yellow manta. Fever Race Team on the outside chasing Lavznowski's Extractor. Sportsman D, you've got Summer Madness, Air Ride, and Star Chaser all going head-to-head. Very good racing right now. And the A and B is too close to call. They're still bunched up. But Peterson's Freeze Frame Video East Coast Rider has a slight lead. Fever has a slight lead in B class. And we'll just have to wait and see as these classes begin to unwind as their race continues. So right here we're on Chet's Landing out in Freeport, Long Island. Now we come up on Insanity Race Team, C23. This is an all-white 24-foot skater powered by 2 Mercury outboard motors. This is a father-son team. You've got Chuck New doing the throttles, and Jason New is doing the driving. These engines and boat has been rigged by Pro Marine, who's also done a fine job in putting many boats out here on the race course today. The Insanity Race Team looking very tough right here. This is skaters kind of weather. That's Chef's Landing on the outside, who we saw earlier on. and the Insanity on the inside making a move on them. C-Class is very tough, and the Insanity is right there. They're chasing Burger, Smokey, and the Bandit, and presently they're trying to hold off the Crazy Cat race team, who's that rookie team who you saw earlier on. So Insanity is having a great ride. The News, the father-son team of Insanity race team, are having a very competitive run right here. They're looking very strong, and we wish them all the best. Insanity race team. Insanity race team having a very good run. Great water for this skater hull right here. Here we see them rounding our checkpoint. That's Summer Madness on the outside. Insanity overtaking Summer Madness. Summer Madness hanging tough. Different classes, but good racing nonetheless. A 2 to 3 foot chop right there. The News certainly having a workout, but Summer Madness coming right back at them as you see them creeping into your picture. And on the far outside, that's Fever. So Summer Madness going by Insanity. Fever on the outside is already there. So we've got Fever and Summer Madness and Insanity on the inside. Great picture. These motors are really cooking out here. And here comes Latona and Scro. He's got those throttles pegged down to the dash, and he is really making his move right here. He's summing up the power that those little motors have, and he is just burning by Insanity. At the present time, Fever is running in first place in B class, holding off a strong challenge being mounted by B52 and Rare Breed. The Fever race team, certainly true champions, and their race history would have to indicate that. A nice feature about Rob Cardinale, better known as RC of this race crew who does the navigation, is that he also makes all the custom machine parts for this boat. So they've got a lot of experience on this between Cardinale's expertise, the motors by Zool, and his constant care that he puts into this boat, the experience that Joe Scro and Latona provide with their sportsmanship and exciting just caliber of racing. This is what all goes into making Fever Race Team the true champions that they are. #1 from last year, #1 in today's race. What more can you say? A perfect picture of consistency. B6, the boat known as Fever Race Team. As we leave Fever Race Team, we come up on a familiar boat with a familiar name. B33, the Kamakazi Race Team, owned and headed up by Pat Lauer. This boat is a 29-foot Mirage, and it is powered by twin 350 Chevy inboards, rigged by Roger Speedshop. This boat is sponsored by J. Byrne Insurance Agency from Wildwood, New Jersey, and Pat would like to extend a special thanks to Garagos Marina and Inco Fuels and Amco Electric. They've all provided some great sponsorship and a lot of guidance for the Kamakazi race team. On board for today's run, you've got Bob Lauer Jr. on the throttles, Bill Gifford and Jerry Wardensky doing a fine job. Pat Lauer is also doing a great job with this race team. She's been racing since 1983, and in those years she's just built up such confidence, experience, and just an all-round dedicated attitude to the field of offshore powerboat racing. She's definitely become a formidable force out here on the circuit, and with Lauer's experience and her dedication, Kamakazi race team will certainly be a force to be reckoned with for the 1988 campaign. Kamakazi race team. Lauer's Kamakazi looking very good. And here you see them passing the Montevecchis of Star Chaser on the outside. Tough break for Star Chaser right there. They seem to be having a problem. We'll try to get a close-up look on what's that. Well, from a vantage point right there, it looked like one of the drives was trimmed up, thus probably resulting in a broken drive shaft. We'll have to wait and see, but a tough break for them. Right now we're going to be coming up on B52 race team. Here we're catching up to them right here. B52 trying to chase down Latona and Scrow in Fever's race team. And here they are, B52. This is a 30-foot Mirage, all black, powered by twin Mercury inboards. This boat is sponsored by Chemical Pollution Control, who's done a great job in helping out the B52 race team. This boat is owned and driven by Al Hoffman, and you've got John Domino on throttles. Besides throttling, John does a great deal of rigging of these race boats also. B52, Mirage race team. They know what their competition is. Fever's the one they're gunning for. B52 race team, not a crew to back down from anyone. They're presently running in second place and looking very strong. As I gaze ahead, I see Rare Breed in the distance. So it'd have to be Fever, followed by Rare Breed and B52, presently in third place, chasing down the Rare Breed race team. So there you have them, the B52 race team having a good run and charging hard to overtake the leaders. B52. From B-52, we go to B-43. This boat is known as the Alliance Race Team. This red, white, and blue 32-foot Hustler is powered by twin 365 Merc Cruiser inboards. This boat is driven by Vince Garino from Staten Island, New York. It is being throttled by Steve Landy and navigated by Phil Garino. Some of the sponsors who's helped this boat out is Hustler Offshore Boats and also Port Atlantic Marina in Staten Island. Besides these people, the Garinos would like to extend a thanks to Paul Furry and Mike Furry for all of the hard work that they've put in to help build this Alliance Race Team into the competitive field and force that it is today. They're having a tough time right now chasing Fever, B-52, and Rare Breed, who you've seen earlier on, but they're unofficially in 4th place right now, having a very good run and hanging tough with the leaders. They're trying very hard to close the gap between themselves and B-52, who we just left. So there you have them, the Alliance Race Team, looking very strong in this Hustler hull. We wish them all the best, the Alliance Race Team. From Alliance, we go to Shockwave. This is B-77, the Shockwave Race Team. Now we come up on them. This sleek 27-foot Magnum is powered by twin Chevy inboards, the Shockwave Race Team. This boat is sponsored by Tripoli Collision. This boat is owned and driven by Rich Tripoli from New Jersey. It is throttled by Bob Gade from Toms River, and it is being navigated by Leanne Carpenter from Brick, New Jersey. Shockwave Race Team, B-77. Good looking boat right here. This 27-foot Magnum hull, proven hull out in the race course, and these guys are really putting it through its paces right here. Competition is very tough and competitive in B. Latona and Scro still leading in Fever, followed by Rare Breed and B-52. But Alliance is right there. Shockwave is coming up, and they're all dueling head-to-head. They're all fighting for that 3rd or 2nd place spot right now. Fever is going to be tough to catch, but Shockwave is going all out right here. Tripoli's got his boat dialed in, and we wish them all the best as today's race is beginning to wind down. The Shockwave Race Team, B-77. A29, the Chaos Race Team. This is a 24-foot Warlock powered by a single Maersk cruiser inboard. As you can see right here, their hatch has blown off somewhere along the race, but nonetheless still persevering through this race course right now. Those engines were rigged by James Blake. This boat is owned by Cross Bay Marine. Your driver for today's race is Peter Casson. Your navigator is Flash Shovelin. And James Blake and John Gutierrez are the crew members. Cross Bay Marine is a dealer for Warlock as well as Baja, and they're located in Staten Island. The Chaos Race Team looking very strong right here. Team Chaos is presently in third place, trying to chase down AX Shadow and George Peterson's Freeze Frame Videos East Coast Rider, who is at the present time in first place. Of course, these are unofficial results, so we will have to wait and see how this race finally winds down. But right now, Chaos Race Team is definitely in the hunt for a checkered flag in today's race in A-Class. A29, the Chaos Race Team. That's Chaos Race Team. Here we have AX Shadow, the AX Shadow Race Team. This is a 21-foot Shadow powered by one Mercury 2.4 EFI outboard. This is the first race with this boat. Last year they raced a 31 Cat called Hydra Hoist. This boat is owned and driven by Ed Riley Jr., and you've got Joe Riley on throttles. These two cousins have been racing for many years right now. They've raced motorcycles, cars, etc., and now they're pooling their energies and resources into the field of offshore powerboat racing. They certainly seem to enjoy what they're doing. They're having a great ride right now, and they look very strong. They're presently in second place and chasing down Peterson's Freeze Frame Video. So we'll just have to see what happens, but the A-Class is very close and competitive right now. So right here we're going to stay and enjoy an exciting ride with the Rileys in the AX Shadow. Now we come up on a true crowd pleaser. George Peterson's freeze frame video East Coast Rider. This 21-foot superboat is powered by a single Mercury outboard. Let me tell you, these guys have it all together. This boat is throttled by George Peterson and it is driven by Ed Ryan. These guys have been just great, a true picture of consistency. Peterson's freeze frame video is your national champ from 1987. And so far this year he has entered 3 races and he's gotten 3 checkered flags. A first place in Marathon, New Orleans, Cape Coral, and here in Freeport, if he can take a first place, that will be 4 in a row. Let me tell you, Peterson really runs all out in this boat. He beats his competition sometimes by up to 10 minutes and even more sometimes. They've really got it together. Peterson's been racing for a number of years, and with the sponsorship provided by Jeff Girardi's freeze frame video and the experience that Peterson has, this boat has catapulted itself into the forefront of offshore powerboat racing in A-class. They have certainly deserved all the attention that they've gotten, and they are certainly a true national champion. George Peterson's freeze frame East Coast Rider. George Peterson, he's just smoking around the race course right now, and he has a very comfortable lead over his closest competition. George Peterson's freeze frame video, having a great day. Now we come up on another familiar boat racer, M25, Jim Lausnowski's Extractor. This 32-foot superboat cat is powered by twin 600 horsepower motors built by Richie Zool. He's got his props from S&S Propeller, and he's running right now presently first overall, the Extractor race team headed up by Jim Lausnowski. Jim is also doing the throttling. Driving today is Al Schirbelli, and you've got Tommy Rizzo navigating. Al Schirbelli also owns Marine Wise, who is located right here in Freeport, New York, where they sail Talons and Scorpion boats and other high-performance boats. Al Schirbelli's Marine Wise, who's done a great job. He's got a great place, so come on down and see what they can do, because he does quite a bit of offshore rigging and he's got a lot of experience, and he brings it out here where he helps Lausnowski, making Extractor the true race champion that they are. Lausnowski's M25 Extractor. They're running first overall right now, and when this boat gets going, they do over 100 miles per hour, and when it's all dialed in with those motors, that hull, and Lausnowski's very steady hand on the throttles, they go all out. The Extractor race team doing everything they can. The true champions that they are. Lausnowski's had a great career out here. Freeport's basically his home turf. He enjoys racing here, so let's just sit back and enjoy a champion doing what he does. Going by Peterson's freeze frame video right there. So as I said, let's just watch Lausnowski's Extractor race team do what they do best, and that's run hard at 100 miles per hour around this race course. M25, the Extractor race team. strong. We're going to finish up today's coverage on the Extractor race team right now, and we'll be joining Mike Giorgio from S&S Propeller, who will have some after-race interviews in the pits, followed by our final standings and a final race wrap-up of the Freeport Grand Prix from Freeport, New York.
We're here with Mr. Al Shabelli. He drove the Extractor boat to win today. Al, tell me, how was it?
It was a thrilling ride, naturally, but we came out to win this classic Freeport race. We knew we had it in the bag. If all went right with Richie's all racing engines, and Jimmy hit the throttles, and of course myself steering, and Tommy our navigator, and it all went pretty smooth and it was exciting. I hope to do it again.
This is your first APBA event, huh?
Yes, it is. Beginner's luck. Can't hate it.
You did good. Congratulations.
Don't put that on.
All right, here we are with Lesnowski's. We got Jake and Jim Lesnowski. M25. This your throttle man, Jim?
No, he's going to be the driver.
Oh, he's going to be your...
Throttle man. This way I can control how fast we go.
I see. You going to drive, Jake? Yeah. Daddy's boat?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
When? Next year or the year after? When you're 2 or 3? Yeah, okay.
Extractor was the winner in modified today in first overall. Jimmy, the boat was running real good.
Yeah, the boat ran real good. The guys did a real good job getting it ready for the race, and everything worked out real well. It was Richie's shop all week. They worked on it, did a lot of work on it. And it looks real good this year. It's all good.
Boat's running nice. Congratulations to you. And good luck.
Say goodbye? Say bye. Say bye. Bye.
All right, here we are with Kurt Berger of Kurt's Marine Competition in New Jersey. Kurt, who do you have with you today?
This is Jack Domick, builder of Hydrotech. He built the boat that won today.
What class was that?
We're running in a Sea Sportsman class.
How long have you been building this boat, Jack?
This particular design is about 2 years old. This is number 2 out of the mold, and we have it running real well. About 105 miles an hour.
You have a few boats on the circuit, I've seen.
Yeah, we'll have 5 or 6 running by the midsection of this season.
Weren't you world champion with this particular hull too, this year?
We won World Championship back in 1985. We just started running this boat last year. Had a speed record down in Key West and won our first race with this brand new boat today. Built a great boat.
Well, congratulations, guys, and good racing. Here we are with Fever Race Team, Joe Skrull and Joe Latona. There's a Class B champion today. You won the race, right?
Yeah, we won for our class. In B class, let's do this.
All right, here we are with Fever Race Team, Joe Skrull and Joe Latona. Tell me, guys, how'd you do today?
I guess we won. Got the checkered flag.
Oh, you got a checkered flag. It means you won. Class B. Joe,
What do you want me to tell you about?
tell me about what...
Well, we started the race. We went out in front, and that's the way it stayed for the whole race. We maintained first place through the whole race. We came in first overall, and thanks to Richie Zool and the S&S Propeller and all the other people who believe in us, we're out there, and thanks to Brome Bus and Freeze Frame Video, and just everybody treats us real good, and they help us out a lot, so I guess that's why we do good.
You look real good today. You look good. The boat was running real nice. Want to say anything, Joe?